Good day, Grace Keepers. My name is Joe, and I welcome you to Daily Dose of God. Today we're reflecting on the comforting words from Psalm 55:22. Psalm 55:22 says, "Cast your cares on the Lord, and He will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken." Life often feels like a constant balancing act, doesn't it? We carry the weight of so many concerns, worries about our families, our health, our jobs, and everything in between. It can feel overwhelming, like we're being crushed under the weight of it all. But in this verse, God offers us a way out of that burden. He doesn't want us to carry it all on our own. He's asking us to cast our cares, to throw our worries onto Him. When you think about casting, imagine throwing something as far away from you as you can. That's what God wants you to do with your worries. He wants you to throw them into His hands, because He can handle them in ways we never could. He will sustain you. The promise isn't that He'll remove all difficulties from our lives, but that He will give us the strength to endure, the peace to keep going, and the assurance that we're not alone. So whatever is weighing you down today, whatever is stealing your peace or your sleep, take a moment to cast it onto God. He can handle your fears, your anxieties, and your biggest challenges. And in return, He promises to sustain you. It's interesting how our modern culture often pushes us to handle everything on our own. We hear messages that tell us to be strong or tough it out on our own. But the Bible gives us a different approach. Instead of self-reliance, God calls us to rely on Him for our strength. And in a world that encourages independence, God encourages dependence on Him. We see this truth lived out in the Bible. Take the story of Hannah in 1 Samuel, for example. She faced immense emotional pain, longing for a child, but instead of carrying her burden alone, she took it to God in prayer. Her vulnerability before God wasn't a sign of weakness. It was a sign of trust. And God heard her. And in His perfect timing, He answered her prayers. And then there's David, the writer of this psalm. His life was full of challenges, from being pursued by King Saul to dealing with family betrayal. But instead of relying on his own strength, David cast his cares on the Lord, trusting that God would sustain him no matter the storm. As we go through our day, let's remember that God never intended for us to carry our burdens alone. Instead of being consumed by the weight of life's challenges, we can cast those worries onto Him. He is more than capable of sustaining us, even when we feel like we're at our breaking point. Thank you for being here today. Please hit that like and subscribe on your way out. Share it with your friends. And I can't wait to see you here tomorrow for another dose. Peace and blessings.
Finding light in every step we know. Come and join us every day as we learn